Peace. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of Animal Speak. Learn the Language of the Animals by Ted Andrews. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. Happy Monday. I'm your moderator and narrator, Uriel Riley. We pick up at page 228. Peace, peace, Mystic Breeze. Hi, it's Heart Love. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We'll pick up right here. Some beautiful exercise number 2 in chapter 12, Animal Rights. Woo! Yay! Peace. I hope your meditation has been wonderful. Oh man, I hope all is well in your world and we're healing together, right? Yeah. Exercise number 2. Flights of Fancy. Animals stimulate the imagination. They touch and stir deeper aspects of ourselves that we sometimes forget we have. One of the most wonderful rites to perform on a regular basis is to enhance and maintain attunement, is to create a fanciful meditation involving your animal. It is especially beneficial as a prelude to the dance exercise that is described in the next exercise. It can also be an excellent preparation for more powerful shape-shifting techniques such as that which is described later in this chapter. This kind of rite frees the emotions and helps us to move past our usual mental blocks. It helps us to begin to loosen the more primal fabric of our energy, that part of the subconscious which responds to and understands nature. It is relaxing and it also relieves stress. It stimulates creativity and invites a more intimate relationship with nature in all of its forms. Here we go. 1 in exercise 2, down at the middle of page 228 for all reading with us, Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Choose an animal. It can be any animal. In fact, it is beneficial to do this exercise with any animal that appeals to you at the moment. It does not have to be your own personal totem. 2. Do some preliminary reading about the animal, its habits and behaviors. You don't have to be thoroughly acquainted with every aspect, but you should be familiar enough with it to be able to visualize it clearly in your mind. 3. Choose a time in which you will not be disturbed. Make sure the phone is off. If possible, perform the visualization outdoors. 4. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Begin a slow, progressive relaxation. Focus on each part of the body, beginning with the feet and moving up to the head. Send warm, soothing, and relaxing feelings to each part in turn. 5. Now imagine that you are the animal. If it is a bird, See yourself with your ankles long and your nose and mouth joined together to form a beak. Your eyes are on the side of your head, and your body is covered with feathers. If an animal, see yourself covered in fur. The fields, the woods, the mountains, and forest is your home. As you imagine yourself in this form, a great urge to be outside comes over you. Your senses are sharp. Fragrances that would normally have gone unnoticed are strong. Your eyes are sharp and your ears detect the slightest sound. It is as if all of your senses are amplified. Now see yourself in your natural environment. You may be running or flying, but the movement makes you feel strong and alive. Never have you felt so vital. As each muscle stretches and works, you grow stronger and more vibrant. Then envision yourself slowing until you are standing or perching at rest. Your senses are sharp and vital. You are feeling more alive than you have felt in ages. Now breathe deeply and slowly. As you begin to relax and your breathing steadies, you will feel your body changing back once more. The feathers become the clothes you are wearing. Instead of being in a forest or field or atop a mountain, you are in your seat where you first started. Though the image fades, the energy and the strength and balance remains within. A variation of this exercise can be used effectively as well. Instead of visualizing yourself changing, it is beneficial to see the animal approach you. As it does, it invites you to ride upon its back. Simply imagine yourself the size necessary to be able to ride upon the animal as it carries you through its environment, showing you what it feels and experiences every day of its life. Imagine what it would be like to ride or fly with the animal you have chosen. Allow your imagination to run free. Do not try to hold it tight. Do not worry if what you imagine is not truly an aspect or quality of the bird or animal. This rite is designed to loosen the imaginative faculty so that you can access those levels of the mind that will facilitate understanding and speaking the language of animals. All right, that concludes exercise 2. We're moving on to exercise 3. The bottom of page 229. Thank you so much for the likes and subs. Thank you. My mods are in the building. Highest heart love. Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Learning the language of the animals. And we're in chapter 12, Animal Rights. Exercise 3. The right of gifting. I love this. Gifting is a simple way of expressing gratitude for opportunities to share with nature. In essence, it is an act of balance. If you take something, you give something in return. What you give can be in the form of an actual gift or simply your time. It is a means of honoring that which you are working to understand. This is most important for when you do your studies and actual encounters with nature and her animals, be it a wooded area, a park, or your own backyard. For anyone learning animal speak, Regular visits to natural environments will become essential. The Native Americans will offer tobacco to the earth or the animals, leaving it in the environment. Tobacco is sacred to them, and it has great significance. When you acknowledge the encounter with a gift, it sends a message to all of nature that you are receptive and respectful. It facilitates further encounters. Gifting is a means of awakening a greater sense of gratitude in life and for life. It is most important to do in some form when you are out in nature and are specifically observing and studying some animal or aspect of nature. For example, if there is a chosen area for your observations, search for a special gift to leave in that area when you are ready to leave. This can be any number of things: an acorn, a crystal, a colorful stone, a special leaf, a flower that is special to you, dried herbs, or any natural object. It should always be a natural object so that it can become a part of nature and not clutter or destroy the intrinsic beauty of the spot. I will leave a flower, often a rosebud, or a small crystal point, or a feather. This rite of gifting completes the circle. Nature gives to you, and you receive, and thus you give back to nature, and it receives. This is a powerful rite. It requires no fancy prayers, activities, or formalized ceremonies. It is simply a circular rite of gifting. In situations where animals are being observed in artificial environments, zoos, nature centers, etc., you cannot always leave a tangible gift within that environment. Such environments are controlled for the safety and well-being of the animals and the visitors. In cases such as these, a monetary gift to the center is beneficial. It helps promote the well-being of the environment. It is, if it is a case in which you observe the animal frequently, you may wish to donate some time as a volunteer. In this way, you are giving back and the circle is completed. It is not right to assume that you can visit and observe without permission, especially in natural environments. It is always a good idea to at least mentally ask the environment and animals within it for permission to observe. Yes, before taking a position to do so. It helps to build greater mutual respect. You are less likely to take nature or the experience for granted. It makes the experience more meaningful. All right. Bottom of page 230. Hints to make the gifting more effective. 1. Always return to the same spot in nature so that you can build a relationship with that part of the environment. You don't have to limit yourself solely to that one spot, though. 2. At the end of your visit, leave the gift with a mental thank you for the experience and for what you were able to observe. You may even wish to ask mentally for permission to return again at a later time. 3. Keep the gifts simple and natural so that they do not intrude upon the intrinsic quality of the natural environment. 4. It is a good idea to carry a plastic trash bag with you whenever you go out into a natural environment. Pick up the trash, litter, and any other form of clutter you may come across. Then throw that away. It shows respect, and nature will gift you in return. We learn this. We learn this lesson with recycling. 5. Visit the sites and at different times of the year and for different lengths. Make note of the animal activity, plant life, and such within the area. At the end of each visit, always leave a gift upon departure. All right. 6. Part of the circle of gifting is receiving. Practice sitting quietly and observing. Make notes, but do not discuss. Listen, smell, and watch what nature gives to you. You may even wish to visualize yourself as part of that environment, connected to and growing out from the earth. The more you feel connected to the earth, the easier the cycle of receiving from it grows. Yes, gotta love that. And 7, all movement should be slow. Remember that nature is very wary of human life, so just trust it sometimes. Difficult, so trust is sometimes difficult to develop. Slow movements that do not startle or frighten are a gift that you can give to the animals. It will help them feel more comfortable. After all, you would not like for someone to come into your home and disturb your life. It is a gift of respect. Simple but effective. Yes. And 8. As you learn to naturalize yourself, feel a part of nature. Then the animal life, the insects, and the birds will accept you as a part of the surroundings. When they do that, they will gift you with more activity and they will draw closer. This is very key. I was just telling the story about the squirrel, right? This is the same way with hummingbirds with me. You know, I'm sitting there out writing a poem or reading, and I'll see Azure just float in, and you hear the humming, you know. All right, exercise 4, guys. We are moving on. Exercise 4, page 231. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you, Mystic Freeze. There are, exercise 4, dance rites. Dance rites. There are many ways of using dance to honor and connect with animals and other aspects of nature. This book cannot cover them all, but perhaps it will stimulate ideas that you can take and develop for yourself. Many people and societies all over the world have dances that honor animals. Costumes, elaborate or simple, are used to help awaken in the individual the experience of the animal's energies. Dancing to the animal is a way of honoring them and activating their energies dramatically within your life. One of the most common forms of sacred dance was the imitation of nature and life within it. Individuals would perform the dance of an animal to align themselves with its power and to awaken it within their life. It is a powerful tool to use in conjunction with the shape shifting exercise described later in this chapter. Through dance, we can shift our energy to that of a pattern similar to our animal totems. To understand how this works, you must understand the human body. It is a complex biochemical electromagnetic energy system. Every time a muscle is used, there is an electrical stimulus. The study of the electrical impulses associated with muscular movement is part of the study of kinesiology. When we move or dance in imitation of animals, we help adjust our own body's electrical frequency to one similar to that of the animal. We create resonance, the first principle of healing sound. Resonance. For this to be most effective, you must perform a close study of the animal, learn about the way it moves and the way it stands. How does it hold its head? Learn about the way, how does it place its feet when it walks? Practice pantomiming those same postures and movements. These movements will be at the heart of the dance. They do not have to be long or extended. Several minutes is all that is necessary to invite the animal's energy into your life, if done appropriately. The following sample dance is effective to use with any animal. Its movements will lead you to into the imitation of the animal and its energies and symbolically draw them out into your life. It is done with simple circular movements combined with the basic postures and movements of your animal totem. 1. Begin by researching your totem, focusing on 3 or 4 basic movements or postures that it assumes and which most reflect the energies of it. 2. Practice mimicking and pantomiming its movements. 3. Choose a room or clear the center of a room so that you will have adequate space to move. Prepare it with incense or some pictures or symbols associated with your totem. 4. Choose music or have a drum that you can carry and play. Yes, like a djembe. You may even wish to have someone perform the drumming for you. Initially, keep the drum beat slow and steady. A 2-beat rhythm is easy to perform and imitates the steady rhythm of the heart. The first beat is played a little harder than the second. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. 5. Begin the dance by marking off a sacred space. This is done in a circular movement. See diagram on page 233. This creates a sacred space in the mind, a place between worlds, a point in which the subtle and tangible can intersect and touch. A circle movement is a dynamic way to initiate any dance ritual. Circle the dance area at least once in a clockwise direction. I recommend 3 circles, as 3 is the number of birth and creation. Yes. A simple toe, heel, step is easy to perform. If you use the simple 2-beat drum rhythm on the first harder beat, place the toes on of one foot down, and on the second softer beat, bring the heel of the foot down. 6. Keep your focus on the center of the circle. All dance is a series of movements around a central point. Mhm. The movement in the circle of your focus on its center adds energy to your purpose. Focus on knowing that you are awakening and inviting the energy of the spirit animal into the circle. 7. Now slowly begin to spiral and toward the center. You may even wish to visualize that you are walking or dancing in the animal's natural environment. Imagine and know that as you draw closer to the center, you draw closer to the archetypal energies represented by the totem. 8. Once in the center of the circle, pause and close your eyes. Imagine the animal around you. Feel its energies and essence. Now begin imitating its movements and postures. See yourself as the animal. Imagine and feel its energies coming alive within you as you. And 9. After several minutes of this, when you feel its energies vibrant within you, pause again in the center. Know that the animal is within you, and you can now be called out of you when needed. Then slowly begin the dance again, spiraling outward the perimeter of the circle. This time you move in the counterclockwise direction as you spiral outward. Visualize yourself bringing the essence of the animal out with you. Imagine and visualize how its energies will help you in the days ahead. See it being beneficial in as many specific situations as you can. And 10. When you reach the outer edge of the circle, begin dancing the perimeter, moving in that counterclockwise direction. This closes off and dissipates the sacred space. Use as many revolutions as you used in the beginning to create the circle. Know that you have brought out some of the energies of the animal totem within you. Remember the responsibility and honor it. We're at the page 234. Animals Speak, guys. Thank you so much for reading with us. Animals Speak. Learning the language of the animals. Thank you guys for all being here. Thank you for the likes and subs. Trying to push to 500, guys. Thank you so much for reading books. Thank you to all those in the book reading community all over. Thank you so much. Let's go to exercise 5, shall we? Yo, you know, we'll pause. We'll pause here and I'll come back. and we'll reconvene. Hi, it's Heart Love. Thank you so much. Happy Monday. Got through the solstice, right? Hope y'all feeling that energy, meditating with it. I've been meditating for 2 days with it as well. You know, having crystals surrounded, feathers. I fasted. Yeah. So I'm super revitalized. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Sending that healing love energy out to y'all as well. Animals Speak. Learn the Language of the Animals by Ted Andrews. The spiritual and magical powers of creatures, great and small. We're in chapter 12. We'll do one more reading. And when we reconvene, highest heart, love, and honor. Thank you so much. Waking it up out there, right? Remember the rhythm, the heartbeat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the heartbeat rhythm. 1, 2. Highest heart, love, and honor. Thank you so much. Love to all everyone here. Thank you so much, Mystic Breeze. Thank you for being honorable, everyone in the chat. I'll see you soon. All right. Peace. Yay. I love you.